want to say this: through 14 games this year and last year, the Red Sox have the same exact record of 7-7. But the perception of the two teams so much different when you add some pieces to it, where you added Crochet through a trade, you added Bregman,
Walker Buehler.
But when you look at the perception of, I think, where fans are with this team, I know it's still early in the season, which nobody should be concerned about or anything. My biggest thing is just make the playoffs. Yeah, I'd love for you to win the division, but if you don't in baseball, I don't really think it matters when it comes to all that other stuff, seeding and home field advantage. But just the perception that fans have of this baseball team this year is so different. There's no real complaints. I know we had talked about if they had gotten swept in this series against Toronto, I think maybe people would have been like, all right, it was the weather, right? Where last year we might have destroyed this team.
Maybe.
So it just looks, it just goes to show you whether they are the Patriots, the Bruins, if you have a bad year and you add a little bit of talent, people tend to kind of move on and forget about all the past, days of hurt. So it's interesting to see just how, talking to people and seeing how people view this Red Sox team this year versus last year.
When are you going to judge this team? When are you going to determine that the moves they made need to be paying off?
I think it's still early to say. I would probably say around. Honestly, I would say for me would be the trade deadline.
Really?
Yeah.
Curtis, are you the same? You're Mr. Baseball on this show. I mean, you expect them to be in first place in the division by June 1st?
I think they'll be in first place when they get back from this road trip, and they won't relinquish it.
But I'm not really tripping about first place. I think by the deadline, if they're in the mix, isn't that what people are really going to be?
You have to get there, but yes.
Well, they've been in the mix at the deadline the last couple of years.
Right,
but what's happened after the deadline.
But the perception of the teams is far different. That's my point.